got to focus on that, I think.
I know the board would like to thank again the KUB panel, but also the staff.
Yeah.
Everyone who put all this effort in. And it's impressive, very impressive work, and we appreciate you all.
Other comments? Would the panel, there's panel members here, would the panel like to comment on what they've seen today or the process or anything that weren't able to say maybe at the last meeting? Yes, Larry.
Yes.
I would just like to say that I appreciate all the hard work that has gone into making this response to our recommendations. Obviously, I've just seen this in the last hour, and so I haven't had time to digest it all. But I would like to offer, as I did at the last meeting, to discuss any of these issues with any of you at any time, to answer questions if you want to know my perspective, any of the other members' perspectives. I hope you will contact us because, you know, there's a lot that I've heard that I agree with, and there's some things that I absolutely feel strongly about that I don't agree with. And I think you need to know those perspectives from other than just what the management is telling you. So I just repeat my offer again to meet with any of you individually, collectively, with the KUB staff, and at any time, any place. Thank you.
Pace.
Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
I just want to thank you all for some of the questions and concerns that you brought out today, because believe me, although everything didn't appear in the wording of the document that was presented to you, a lot of those same concerns and considerations were definitely discussed and brought to the panel's attention as well. And I think that your decision to add the bullet point at the very end is something that we tried as a panel, I think I can speak for most of us, to always keep in mind, because we understand the very difficult task on you to keep our utilities to that standard, but to do it in a way in which we don't prevent someone from having a good warm home and the utilities that they need to survive. So you have a great judgment call on you, and thank you so much for the good questions today. I really appreciate that, and thank you for the opportunity to work on this panel. I couldn't be with you all the time before, but it has been a tremendous learning experience, and I appreciate the education.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, as the City Council representative, I appreciate the concern that non-KUB contract workers sometimes do not use good judgment, do not understand the concept of lateral pruning. The bush hogging went down Middlebrook Pike very close to my house. I was very unhappy with that because KUB had very meticulously pruned and done the right things, and then that looked horrible. I am working with the city to see if we can come to a better understanding of appropriate planting and then appropriate manicuring or upkeep of vegetation management. City Council did have a workshop after you received the report, and we will be discussing this, and it's a strong possibility that there will be some kind of legislation coming from the council in regard to non-KUB tree companies understanding that lateral pruning is the healthiest thing that we can do to expand the canopy in the city of Knoxville and the rest of the service area that KUB serves. So I heard your comments loud and clear about other companies doing the wrong thing, and we need to work on that too.
I know you can't speak for the council as a whole because it only speaks through its resolutions, but I mean, do you feel like that what has taken place so far and what we're in the process of doing, do you feel like that we're being responsive to City Council's request? Absolutely.
I think that the council was, I don't want to say surprised because, again, I can't put words in their mouth. I think there was very positively impressed with the number of recommendations and the thought that went into all of this. I'm not sure that the tree panel was what the original resolution had in mind, I think the outcome has far exceeded expectations. And then the implementation phase and how you respond to putting this into place or allowing it to be put into place will play a key role. And I would anticipate that in December, after the dust has settled a little bit, that Mentha and perhaps Bill and any of you can come to council, and we'll set up a time for you to address the council at a meeting. But the council has been very positive in its response. There were some who were far more concerned than others. And the last item that you've added about the financial impact on the ratepayer, as an elected official, I understand about taxes, and I certainly understand about rates, and that's a really key component to implementing this. So thank you all very much for your support.
Anyone else? Yes.
I was on the tree trim panel as well, and I, for one, am very excited that out of all the recommendations, only 4 are not going to be implemented, and those seem to be for good reason for ratepayer costs. So that's exciting to me. I do agree with the associated costs as part of our panel objectives. And I'll just add that when it does come to ratepayers and removing wood and stumps and things like that, that's kind of an inequality, because it's like insurance. Maybe one day you'll have a tree in your yard that you'll need to be removed, but perhaps maybe the ratepayers could just be asked, would you want a rate hike for this particular item to happen? And maybe people would say yes, and that's a way to have that decision made for you. And we